In the ancient tapestry of human history, there are stories that whisper of a reality beyond our own. Tales of individuals whose lives were so intertwined with the divine that they bypassed the finality of death itself. These are not mere legends. They are powerful accounts from the Bible that challenge our understanding of life, death, and the sovereign power of God. Today, we journey back in time to witness the incredible stories of three men who did not die, but were taken directly by God: Enoch, Elijah, and Moses. Their journeys from earth to heaven paint a breathtaking picture of faith, divine power, and the promise of eternity. Prepare to be amazed as we explore how even death itself must bow to the voice of its creator. Our first story takes us to the dawn of human civilization, to a time when the world was still young. Here we meet Enoch, a man whose life is summarized in a few yet profound verses in the book of Genesis. He was the seventh from Adam, and the Bible tells us something extraordinary about him. Enoch walked faithfully with God. This wasn't a casual stroll. It was a deep, intimate, moment-by-moment companionship. Imagine a world filled with growing darkness and distraction. Yet one man chose a different path. He chose to align his heart, his thoughts, and his steps with the very heartbeat of God. Picture Enoch in a serene, ancient landscape. The golden hour sun casts long, gentle shadows across rolling, misty hills. A soft breeze whispers through the tall grass as he walks along a quiet path. There's a look of profound peace on his face, a humble confidence that comes not from himself, but from the one he walks with. His communion with the divine is so real, so tangible, that the very air around him feels sacred. This daily walk was the rhythm of his life, a testament to a relationship that transcended the ordinary. Then, one day, something unprecedented happens. The familiar path, the gentle light, the peaceful atmosphere, it all begins to shift. A radiant beam of heavenly light, pure and impossibly bright, descends from the clouds, enveloping Enoch in its glorious embrace. The air crackles with divine energy. His body, once bound by gravity, begins to rise slowly, weightlessly. Glowing particles of light dance around him as he is lifted from the earth. There is no struggle, no fear, only a peaceful surrender. In that sacred moment, God takes him. Enoch simply disappears into the light, bypassing death entirely. He walked with God, and then he was no more, because God took him away. This quiet, mysterious departure stands as an eternal symbol of what a life lived in close fellowship with God can lead to a seamless transition from the earthly to the heavenly. Enoch's story is the first brushstroke in a masterpiece of divine sovereignty. Centuries later, our journey continues to a dramatically different landscape and a man of fiery passion and unwavering conviction, the prophet Elijah. Unlike Enoch's quiet walk, Elijah's life was a whirlwind of miracles, confrontations, and bold declarations for God in a nation steeped in idolatry. He was a man who called down fire from heaven on Mount Carmel, who prayed and ended a 3-year drought, and who stood fearlessly against corrupt kings and false prophets. His life was a testament to God's raw, untamable power. As his time on earth drew to a close, the manner of his departure was destined to be as dramatic as his life. The scene is a rugged desert, with jagged mountains piercing the skyline. The wind begins to howl, no longer a gentle breeze, but a fierce, swirling gale that kicks up sand and dust. Elijah stands firm, his prophet's mantle whipping violently around him. His apprentice, Elisha, watches with a mix of awe and sorrow, knowing this is their final moment together. Suddenly, the heavens split open. It's not just a beam of light this time. A chariot of fire, pulled by horses of fire, descends from the sky, blazing with an explosive, holy power that seems to set the very air alight. The sight is both terrifying and magnificent. As this celestial chariot approaches, a massive supernatural whirlwind forms around Elijah, a vortex of divine energy. Elisha can only shield his eyes, watching in stunned silence. The whirlwind lifts the prophet from the ground, pulling him upward into the heart of the storm. Inside this fiery vortex, Elijah ascends into the heavens, taken by God with a display of glory and authority that would be recounted for generations. He didn't just escape death. He rode into eternity on a chariot of fire. Elijah's departure was a thunderous declaration that the God he served is a God of awesome power, a consuming fire who commands the very elements of creation. Our final story brings us to a quiet mountaintop, but its significance echoes through all of eternity. Here we meet Moses, the great lawgiver, a man who spoke with God face to face, as one speaks to a friend. Moses led the Israelites out of slavery in Egypt, parted the Red Sea, and received the 10 Commandments on Mount Sinai. His life was defined by a unique and unparalleled intimacy with the Almighty. Yet the Bible tells us that because of a moment of disobedience, Moses was not permitted to enter the Promised Land. He died on Mount Nebo, and the Lord himself buried him in a secret location. For centuries, that seemed to be the end of his story. A faithful servant laid to rest by God's own hand. But death was not the final word for Moses. Hundreds of years later, on another mountain, something incredible happens. Jesus takes 3 of his disciples, Peter, James, and John, to a high mountain to pray. And there, a pivotal moment in history unfolds, the Transfiguration. The disciples watch as Jesus' appearance is transformed. His face shines like the sun, and his clothes become as white as the light. And then, appearing alongside him, are 2 figures from the distant past, alive and radiant in glorified heavenly bodies. One is Elijah, the fiery prophet. The other is Moses. There he is, Moses, the man who died on Mount Nebo, now standing on the Mount of Transfiguration, speaking with Jesus. He is not a spirit or a ghost. He is real, recognizable, and glorious. A soft, glowing cloud, the Shekinah glory of God surrounds them, and the entire mountain is filled with a holy light that pierces the darkness of the night. In this moment, we see the truth. Though Moses died, his body was in God's care. God, who buried him, also raised him, bringing him into this moment of divine revelation. His appearance here confirms that for those who belong to God, death is not an end, but a doorway. It is a powerful confirmation that the same God who took Enoch and Elijah without death also holds the keys to resurrection for those who have passed. These 3 stories, Enoch's peaceful walk, Elijah's fiery ascent, and Moses' glorious reappearance, are not isolated miracles. They are threads in a single magnificent tapestry, each revealing a different facet of God's absolute authority over life and death. Enoch's story teaches us about the beauty of intimate fellowship. Elijah's story demonstrates God's awesome power. And Moses' story reveals the promise of resurrection and eternal glory. Together, they deliver a powerful, unified message that resonates to this day. Even death obeys the voice of God, whether by preventing it, overcoming it with fiery power, or reversing it through resurrection. God is sovereign over all. These men's lives are a preview, a foreshadowing of the ultimate victory won by Jesus Christ, who not only conquered death for himself, but for all who would believe in him. Their journeys from earth to heaven, from mystery to power to divine revelation, are a promise to us. A promise that this life is not all there is, and that with God, the end is never truly the end. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through biblical history. If these stories moved you, please like this video, share it with others, and subscribe for more content that explores the depths of faith. Until next time, may you walk in the light of these eternal truths.